Good morning, everyone. This will be a video about the UFC fight tonight coming up. So if that's not your thing, just keep on scrolling. So tonight's UFC main event is McGregor and Cowboy Cerrone. So I noticed a couple things, and I wanted to share my thoughts on this, because I think it's actually going to happen, and I think it's viable. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm a big conspiracy theory guy. Not ridiculous theories, but stuff that has credence or the possibility to exist. So here's my theory on this fight tonight. I think that McGregor is going to win, and not necessarily because he's a better fighter than Cowboy. They've both lost their last two fights coming in to tonight. Cowboy's actually lost his last three against better opponents. No controversies in his losses. He stands and trades, and then he got caught in a submission. But McGregor lost the publicity stunt boxing match to Mayweather, and then he got destroyed by Khabib. And here's where everything starts coming in. McGregor is the UFC's cash cow. So the last three McGregor fights that were the biggest pay-per-view buys in the UFC history, not just McGregor fights, but in UFC history, the biggest pay-per-views buys were McGregor Diaz 1, McGregor Diaz 2, McGregor Khabib. So he is the company's cash cow. Cowboy is a company man, very loyal to the UFC. They treat him good. They pay him decent, not like they're paying McGregor. But it's not going to hurt the UFC if Cowboy loses. It will hurt the UFC if McGregor loses, because he's getting to the point to where all of his bad behavior is not worth the time and money and effort that the UFC is putting into him. Again, this is all my opinion. So, all the hoopla surrounding McGregor, he's a great self-promoter. The dude shot up from nothing into superstardom. So back to the theory here. So McGregor is the company's cash cow, like I said. Dana White just came out yesterday and announced that if Conor wins, he'll get the next UFC title fight. His next fight will be for the championship fight. So they're not giving Cowboy that same promise. If Cowboy wins, he's not going to get a title shot. So here's the way I think it's going to go down. They're going to go in. Oh, and one more quick thing. So that adds to my theory. Cowboy went on ESPN's First Take a couple days ago and was asked by Max Kellerman if he's going to stand and trade with Conor or if he's going to take him to the ground, where Cowboy would have the decided advantage, because Conor's wrestling is not that strong. So Cowboy said, no, I would like to see if I can trade and stand with him. So he's setting it up. He's setting it up that this is what's going to happen. I think the fix is in. I think Cowboy's a company man. Most fighters, when they lose 3 fights in a row, 4 fights in a row, they get released. Cowboy's not going to get released. He's too popular. He has a loyal fan base. I being one of them. I like Cowboy. I like for the stuff that, he's matured the older he's gotten, and not just a good fighter, but he's turned into a good man. Same cannot be said for Conor. Conor keeps making poor decisions. He punched an old man in Ireland, for God's sakes, at a pub. So, no reason for that. An elderly man sitting there having a pint with his old buddy and got into a disagreement. Conor didn't like what he said and punched him, which is what happens with celebrities. They think they can get away with anything. And Conor has gotten away with everything. Just made him more popular with the younger generation and all that crap. So, I think that in the end, McGregor's going to win the fight, not necessarily because he's better, like I said, than Cowboy. I think that it will be a TKO, a ref's stoppage, where the ref jumps in a little too soon because he thought that Cowboy was too injured to continue, couldn't defend himself. A lot of leeway with the refs and what they do. No appeals against referees ever get carried out. Cowboy wouldn't appeal it anyway. Like I said, he's company man. He's going to do what's best for business. To steal a phrase from Triple H at WWE. So what's best for business for the UFC is that Conor wins this fight, which he will. And then he'll go on for the title fight, and that'll produce more pay-per-view numbers and more money in Dana White's pocket, more money in UFC's pocket. So that's my conspiracy theory with the fight tonight. Hope everybody enjoys. Hope everybody has a safe weekend. Leave your comments below. Give me some likes. Give me some shares. Tell me what y'all think. Thanks.